Hello, welcome back. I've decided to do some more YouTube videos, predominantly on this lorry that you did see in the last video, last of the Turkish trip videos, just a quick glimpse of it in the yard. So it's a Royal Mail 7.5 ton box with a 16-foot Glastonite body on. See hundreds of them on the road every day. So I'm going to make it into like a 3-4 berth camper van. I've already started it because I was building it before I decided to take that little white van to Turkey. So then I dropped off this and made that into a little camper. So I've done the ceiling in this and done all like the first fix wiring. Put the windows in, put a skylight in, which you'll see all this. I will show you in a few videos in a minute. So on the ceiling of this, we put 50mm Cellutex. We use Cellutex everywhere in this van, so it's 50mm in the roof because this has got like a semi-clear fiberglass roof, and then 25mm in the walls, 25mm in the floor. Don't really go masses on insulation in the floor because heat rises, in my opinion, anyway. So this is also a Glastonite body, so it's already 18mm plywood. The walls of the van, with fiberglass each side, which is Glastonite. Very strong, very easy to make a conversion out of. Normally it's a pain if you're doing like a Luton van out of Glastonite because it's too heavy for a start. Obviously with this being 7.5 ton lorry, it's not much of an issue. You still have to be careful because they are still quite heavy. So you can still go over if you go too elaborate inside. So again, you have to keep everything lightweight as you can inside, all your cladding and everything else you're going to fit. So this will have hot and cold water, obviously. This will be a proper off-grid living vehicle. We've already put the solar on, which I'll show you in a video in a bit. Skylight, solar's on. There's a TV aerial on here, which we've already fitted. There's an extractor fan we've already fitted for the bathroom. Apart from that, there's nothing else in it. So you'll see in the videos coming up, and hopefully this will be the one that makes me this global YouTube megastar. I'm looking forward to that, and then we'll see how they all go. See if you like the videos. Bit different to like the travel video because it is a van build video, but I'm not a carpenter. I'm not an expert in any type of camper building, so don't take anything I say as gospel. Built a lot of campers. Some of you know, but Ollie, one of my sons, and Ben actually raced quad bikes. We've always built like a lorry type camper where we used to tour around racing quads. A long time ago now. Yeah, so we've always built campers. I've always built in the same way, just like over-engineered, super strong, functional thing. So this has got a fixed double bed at the back. It's got another big seat at the front, make a bed. I won't bother making another double bed because it's not what I ever want to use it for, but there is another bed, so it's like a 3 berth. Easy to make it into a 4 berth if you want to make that into a double bed at the front. Full size cooker type thing in here, which we've got out of a caravan. Sink, bathroom, full size 800 by 800 shower, cassette toilet. Everything else you'll see as we go along. We're going to put a different water heater in this. I've been using a bobble for a while, and I love the bobble heater. But because I've got the space and everything in here, I'm just going to put this on-demand gas heater in. I'll show you that going in. Obviously a night heater and everything else that you might need. So look out for the videos. Obviously they'll go through. This video will show you what we've got up to so far, the progress, what the plans are, and then the rest of the videos, if you're interested, will be installing some of the bits we're going to put in this van. Yeah, so there's already sort of like the first fixed water pipes have gone in as well. You'll see all that on the video when I show you, and hopefully that'll do it. So if you like the videos, I'll say this at the end as well, but don't forget to like the video, subscribe as well. I lost a subscriber. I had a massive 52 subscribers. I've lost one, and it really hurts. So hopefully I won't lose any more, just gain a few. So anyway, enjoy the videos, and any comments?
Just a picture of the lorry I took on the way home.
If you like it,
and Dad collected it.
In the comments, I'll try and answer all the comments. So here's what she currently looks like at the moment. So as I said, it's exactly. I've done nothing to the body. I'm going to put these windows in. We haven't tidied it up, done anything to it yet, as you can see, hopefully. So we put these windows in. These are just second-hand caravan windows. Again, like I said, we're not trying to make a 50-grand motorhome. We're just trying to make a practical, good, usable van. Up the top there, you'll see the solar panel. There's a light there as well, which is just obviously on an internal switch to light up this side of the van if you wanted to. And then I put these cameras on the back of this van, so one each side, so you can have a look from inside if there's anybody messing about. Not that there ever is, really. You might be able to see up there the deliberate mistake when I measured those brackets. Don't really want to talk about it, but I had to take them back and have a little extension put on, so yeah, it don't look the best. But when I get this van finished, it'll all get painted. We're thinking about doing some sort of like art murals on this van, but we'll see. Royal Mail look after these vans. They look after them mechanically 100%, but they don't ever bother with the bodywork because they're always bashing them in. So they're good buy because of mechanically they're going to be really good, but they're never going to be an oil paint on the outside. The massive tail lift, we're actually leaving this on. It's going to be used to form some sort of a bit of a decking on the back. It's very rusty. We're going to get it shot blast and resprayed. That top bit is actually like a ramp that's going to be fixed so it doesn't move anymore. So obviously you don't want to be treading on that when you're climbing onto your decking. Hopefully you can see this side. The sun's a bit strong today. So yeah, just the controls for the thing. Again, there's a camera at the top there. That's actually a TV aerial. Never. Hang on, let me just make sure you can see it. There you go. That's a TV aerial. I've never used one before. I saw it online, so I thought I'd try it. Exactly the same this side with the extended brackets for the solar. It's just two farm panels up there, 235 watts each. So there's a door. Literally, it's just a caravan door. I cut out the bottom. Just build a wooden box underneath. That'll all be clad with stainless steel as well when it's finished. One more window this side, exactly the same as the other side. This is obviously an AdBlue lorry, and the diesel tanks this side. And that's it. Yeah, so the door's dropped down. It could have been going a little bit lower, to be fair, but it is what it is. So yeah, there you go. You can climb in it. There'll be a little step that goes with it. Quickly looking here, but we'll show you all the inside when we get it back over on the where I'm going to work on it. Next door over there in the yard. There you go. Leyland DAF, ex-Royal Mail, 7.5 tonner. Hopefully, be a good van. So yeah, this is inside the lorry so far. You can see the ceiling's all done, just tongue groove. When we put this tongue groove in, I just think it looks good. I don't stain it, paint it or anything. That's a skylight in there. Big skylight also work as a escape off the top of the head bed, so you can get out that way if you had to in an emergency. Here's going to be the bathroom here. Ignore where the toilet's sitting now. So the bathroom's going to be there. The cooker is going to be somewhere where it is. That end's all going to be like a large seat. The sink on the floor there is roughly where it's going to be. And where the toilet is, that's going to be the little fridge freezer. Electrical panel already in here, just a straightforward. Oh, I had a little bird in there. Look, shit on the electrical panel. Just a fairly straightforward electrical system. Obviously, there's no fuses in. That's a Bluetooth system. Going to change this bit of wood on here because I used a bit of pine and already it's warped. So we're going to change that for just a bit of MDF or plywood and paint it or something. So up here we put the speakers in. They'll work off that little Bluetooth thing. Not sure about the walls in here. Obviously this bit here we've carpeted to get the electrics in. I'll probably carpet these left and right walls and then perhaps paint this end wall or something. We'll see. So there's the water heater. We'll have a look at that another day. That's a copy of a quite expensive water heater. I will tell you all about the name of it when we get around to fitting it. And then there's the back of the bed where there'll be the double bed fixed across the back. And then there'll be a huge garage space on here. Obviously the water tank will go in here. I've got 200 litres of water going in here. That'll all go in there. So you can put a motorbike, you can put loads of things in there. I'd still do a few markets and things. So I'll use that. I'll use this van hopefully in the summer to do some markets, bouncy castles or anything else I decide to do. And that's it so far. Obviously that's where the door drops down. And that's sort of where we got to. Sorry about the movement of the camera and everything else. So yeah, I'm going to crack on now and do a few more bits. And I'll show you what we've done as we go along. So I've just carpeted these areas here, which are obviously the side of the bed. I find it easier to do these bits. I've done that side. This side, it looks a bit weird because there's a headboard. There's no bed. But it's easier to do these bits of carpeting like them when you can still stand up and you're not trying to crouch about in the bed area. Another thing, look, all the cables we bring them through. This is actually this side here is a set of cupboards, like pigeonhole cupboards are going to be on this side of the bed because this van's nearly 8 foot wide. So You get a 2.5 foot, I think we've got on this end for poaching hole cupboards. So that cable there that's sticking out there is just for the lights I'm going to put inside it. That's where a switch will be for the lights inside it. And this side we've just got a couple of bedside reading lights. They're actually here. They'll go up there. The other thing, when you're building any of these vans, try and mark. You see the blue tape. It's pretty obvious, but if you just mark where your battens are, just helps you want to fix anything to the walls. So that's about it for today. Just this side bit's carpeted. I've run out of carpet again, so that's it. Welcome back. So just thought I'd show you this bed base built in last night. So I haven't got any restrictions particularly with weight. We've got to be a little bit careful, but we're okay. So I've actually just put these big heavy duty wooden slats in. Again, over engineer it, it'll be strong, it'll never break. These are like some odd timber I bought somewhere out of a clearance yard. They're like a 3.5 by 1.5 timber battens there. Nice and strong. And then I'm going to go on top of that in this. I wouldn't normally, but with 18mm sterling board. Again, just to make it over strong and insulate underneath. More in a bit. So that's just it with the 18mm on. 18mm sterling board on top of those big bed base slats. Slats, a bit more than that, but anyway. And next I'm going to put the back on there. It's this front bit coming forward where the bathroom cooking is going to be that's important, but I'm now decided I'm just going to finish all that back bed in. Just to make you feel a bit better. That's it. And that's Max. Hi Max, what are you doing in here? He's covered in sawdust. And he's now come right where you can't see him. There he is. He's a security guard here. He's in charge of security and he gets right in the way of every bit of sawdust, so he's covered in it. But that's Max. With the bed, I've seen a lot of people online and on Van Life and all those with the mouldy mattress. I've never had that problem. I think it's just obviously if you've got a thin bed base or something and cold air in your garage or underneath wherever your bed is because it's not heated. But in this, obviously I've got that 3.5 inches underneath this 18mm sterling board. So I'll insulate that underneath as well. So you've got 3 inches, say, of insulation underneath. I also carpet the top of this sterling board, and obviously in this case is 18mm sterling board. So you shouldn't have that hot cold, or ever have that hot cold condensation problem. When you see them black horrible mattresses, that's horrible, but it's basically just airflow, I think. So as long as I don't have that heat transfer, that's why I'm not bothered about putting bed slats or anything on top of that. Literally just make sure that's a fully insulated bed base really, and then that should never be a problem. And obviously the back wall will be fully insulated as well, so that it makes this a sealed off part from the rest of the garage area where it will obviously be colder. Yeah, end of the day. Well, I might do a bit more, but near the end of the day. So I've got these pigeonholes here. They're just clothes storage or whatever. They've all got LED lights in as well. Colour changing lights are all in those cubby holes. Then you've got the beach scene picture. Obviously when we go out in this lorry, that's what we're looking for. So we can put that there to remind us. And that's it. So yeah, when you see that like that, that lights are up, it looks like it's done. Till we just spin around and see this mess. Yeah. But if you do it in bits like that, I think it makes you feel better. Obviously I'm not going to leave that mattress on there. I'm going to take it off again and clean it all up. The end's open here. It's got some switches on there for the lights in the cupboards. There's a CCTV screen going to go up there as well. That's all wired in. That's what those cables there are. And that's it in general. I actually just wanted to point out the Skylight we've fitted. I fitted. So they're 700 by 500, which is a great size then because it makes a good escape hatch as well. They're fully open, and there's a light. Just about see it. Runs all the way around the outside. So it's wired up for a light on a separate switch. And then they have a blackout blind, full blackout blind, and then the other way is a fly screen. So they're really, excuse me, just a really great addition really. And if you look now, this is from the bed. So even with the skylight shut, obviously it wants a quick clean as well. You've got a great view with it being so big of the sky. So we love it at night as well. And these do fully open. I won't bother doing it now, but they do fully open. So like I said, it's always a good idea to have escaped another route out of a truck. Imagine if there was a horrible, the horrible time when there possibly could be a fire or something. To have a way out is crucial. So that's it. 250 quid, 700 for 500. Skylight. I'd always fit them now. Absolutely fantastic. So that's that for today. So the bed's in. I only really built this bed so I could get a position for fitting the bathroom, and then a starting point really. But obviously we get carried away and then just finish this end. But it definitely helps you mentally when you're building a van or a lorry that you get something finished. You don't just keep shopping and changing around. So yeah, tomorrow. Well, it might not be tomorrow. I've got to go and pick a van up tomorrow. But tomorrow, maybe in the afternoon, we'll start fitting along this side, along here. You can't see anything, but which will be the bathroom, and then the cooker, and then there's a small like L shape we're going to put round for that sofa on the end. So now the bed's in, I've got the starting point for that, and obviously it'll all run off from the bed. So yeah, so we'll start cutting some holes, putting the chemical toilet in. I'll try and film some of that somehow. Obviously it's not something I'd normally do, but I'll hopefully find a way somehow of filming the actual fitting of the toilet and cutting the holes. Somebody might find it interesting or helpful. And then that's it, we'll go. I was going to, so a lot of these bits, I was going to carpet, so I am going to carpet the two side walls. But then I'm going back to the tongue and groove because I really like it, like the ceiling. So on a lot of the panels around the bathroom, the bottom of under the benches, the front of this bed, will all be tongue and grooved again, because I just think it looks better. It just breaks up the carpet, so it's a bit of carpet and then a bit of that. Yeah, I always buy the tongue and groove. I look for like I say clearance sheds, but they're not clearance sheds. They're people that are buying like reject pallets, because you get it at like perhaps a third of the actual proper price in a wood merchant or something like that. So yeah, I look for them and go and see what they've got. The only thing is you've got to make sure you get enough if you want to do a whole van or a whole lorry. I have in the past run out and then they haven't had any more, and then had to change it. It's not the end of the world. I build these trucks like rustic and rough, if you like, but they're definitely rustic. And so changing the cladding's not going to work. But I have got this cladding. I've got enough of this cladding to finish this. And then we have the seats all upholstered. Once we've finished building the seat, I'll take the measurements and get that ready. Evans Upholstery in Whittlesey do a great job. They'll be down the bottom of this bed here as well. I'll show you again tomorrow when we're building. There'll be a bench. So I put a bench in here. I'm actually going to put all the electrics in that bench seat. Like a trunk bench seat, and it's also the step to get up into this bed, and the battery and all the power bits and pieces will be in there, so they'll be really easy accessible from inside the living. I generally put them in the back, but obviously it's not so easy then to access it. If it's all in here, it's a piece of cake to access. We'll put floor vents everywhere as well, so just to alleviate any issues with fumes or smells. So that's about it for this video, I think. I've tried to make them about 20 minutes long, but I think I failed with this one. But I'll probably leave it here and get this one out. And if you like it, again, like I said before, please subscribe. I'd love to see subscribers and comments. I think that helps you with getting more people to see your videos. And if you liked it, like it. Put your thumbs up on. If you didn't, don't. Okay? No worries. We'll see you on the next one. We're going to carry on with this build, so I'll document all this build until it's finished. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.